Hi, welcome back to another episode of Jim's Outdoors. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about communications. A lot of places we go out, there's no cell phone service, and let alone Wi-Fi or anything like that. So a lot of the guys out there are getting these little Bofang radios. They're inexpensive, they're only like 25, 30 bucks. Usually you can get two of them for 60. Come with an antenna, drop-in bass. Picks up AM, FM. They're programming these with the free bands on FM. This is an FM radio. But you get the free bands programmed into these. You get three free bands, and you get FM broadcast bands. So they looks like this one needs charged. It's been out here in the cold too long. But they work pretty good. Some of us use them back and forth. I borrowed that one. A lot of us are still using CBs. Now you can get one of these little things down at Walmart for about 30 bucks unless the prices went up. This little Cobra 19. This little 4 watt radio. It'll reach out and get. Some of us have talked about putting these on our boats. Need to figure out the antenna situation because of it's not good to have something metal on a boat. You end up with all kinds of problems. Electrolysis is what they call it. So you got to be careful when you're doing stuff like this. Now you can get a little better CB if you go up to Truck Stop. This is one of them new Cobra 29 radios. I think the price went up on these. You used to be able to get these for about 130 bucks. I think they're a little closer to $200 now for one of these, but we use these radios quite a bit when the cell phones don't work. So I've been on the radio my whole life, but seems the new stuff comes out, the prices just keep going up and up and up. But it's one of them things you got to deal with. But I got a setup here in the shop. It's just an old radio I picked up off a friend of mine. Works good enough for around here. I've got a 102-inch mobile CB antenna mounted onto a piece of pipe out here, and I can talk pretty much here in the town to some of the other guys that run the radio, so works pretty good for that. In the Jeep, we've got another CB in there, and it's just on a Fire Stick antenna. I suppose we can take you off the camera here and take you over and show you that. But see, it's called a Fire Stick antenna. Just a little 4-footer mounted onto a bracket, coax going in, and then just gotta, if I can get over here and get it turned on. Yeah, just a CB there, and then in here, that's my 2-meter rig. I am a licensed ham operator, so I get the joys of having, more than one frequency or radio that I can talk on. But I'll show you the 2-meter antenna here. Same thing. You always want to mount metal. Don't mount these on plastic. Yeah, it's just a 2-meter antenna. But when you mount these, you make sure they go to metal. because this is your positive, and you got to have this much negative to go with that. So that's what we use around here, this part of Ohio. There's a lot of cell phones, towers, but you know, a lot of them places you get out towards the reservoirs and stuff, there's not any cell towers. So they're talking about using these on the boats this year. They're only 5 watt on the free bands, so but you can get these. These are all over the internet. Amazon's selling them like you wouldn't believe. I've got mine programmed to use on 2 meter, but they're not really that bad radios. A lot of people don't think they're all that good, but you know, you can get aftermarket antennas for them and they get out a little better. But talking a mile away, they work pretty good for that. So, but we use it alternative modes of communication all the time. You know, one thing the preppers are doing, they're thinking the grid's going to go down. If the grid ever went down, you know, 12-volt car battery and an antenna mounted to a decent-sized piece of metal out in the yard. You don't have to talk on it, but you can receive on it. Maybe listen to some things that's going on, or but remember, it's just like Facebook. Not everything you're going to hear on the CB is 100% fact, so you have to take that the way it is. So, but it works for here in the town. There's about 10 of us that talk on the CB in the evenings or in our mobiles and in our cars. So I've got a radio in every vehicle we own and an antenna on the back. So rule of thumb is you get in it what you put out. If you go out and buy everything brand new, top of the line, you know, you probably talk a little further. A lot of the stuff you can pick up at yard sales, flea markets, you know, hit the truck stop in the middle of the night, about 1 in the morning, there's usually somebody on there that short on money. Hey, I got a CB for sale, I'll sell for $20 just so I can go in and get something to eat. So whether it works or not, well, that's up to you. But there is some CB shops that are still out and about. There's not as many as there used to be. There used to be 3 right here in our area, and now there's only 1 guy that works on radios, and he's usually backed up quite a bit. I know some of the local guys just took him 5 or 6 radios, so it'll take him a couple days to get them fixed. But there's a lot of things you could do with radios. And one thing nice about these is there's no bill. Once you buy it, you set it up good and don't blow things up, you'll find out that it'll work, and it don't cost you any more than the initial buy-in fee, not like a cell phone. And these things will work where cell phones won't, so that's another plus. So anyhow, if we get anything more on communications, we'll bring that up. So thanks for tuning in this week, and I'm hoping next week, seeing how we're going to be into February, that we're going to get one of the boats in here and start getting it ready, because we just got our catfish schedule, and it looks like the first tournament's going to be the 3rd weekend in March, and we got to have the small boat ready for that. And if we get that taken care of, so within the next week or so here, I should start bringing boats in, and the videos coming off that. We got to do tune-ups on 3 boat motors, and we got to change the oil in the differential. So it's going to be interesting. And the little boat needs everything. It needs lights rigged up on it. It needs there's no sonar on it, so we got to put the fish finder on it. And so there'll be a few videos on them coming up. So anyhow, thanks for stopping by this week, and hopefully next week we'll have a little bit of more videos, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And once we get this fishing season, and I'm so excited, and so many of them are, we're going to get some fish on the camera. Here lately it's been 20 degrees, and I assume the water temp's got to be down in the 30s out here at our usual lake, so you ain't going to catch nothing. But we have hopes. We have hopes for a decent spring, so let's hope for a decent spring. So tune in next week, and we'll see you on the next one.